Okay, so good afternoon, collective, right? Yeah, this is like another show and tell video I want to do tonight. Just things that I'm working on. It's like so many different pieces to this that I'm working with here, and I'm just coming. I get together, with clearing my mind and getting with the energies that's above, which is not all, but some is, this is in higher conscious, okay, than where I'm at, and yet I'm connected. So working with them and working with what we're doing here, it's many pieces, putting like together the puzzle, okay? And there's so many pieces to the puzzle, and it just depends on what pieces of the puzzle are you participating with in your life, what part fits with you, where you fit at on the board, and there's not only one puzzle, it's many it's a big puzzle, but a lot of little puzzles has to go in that puzzle, okay? And then you have the other illustration is well, we could do with the circles. I used to show off the circles where you're in a small circle, then there's another circle that's a little bit bigger in the circle, and then it keeps getting bigger circles, right? So you can see where you're at in each circle, and knowing there is a circle that is bigger and much more what you're looking for, that sits over on the other edge or somewhere over here, that you can go into and become part of another circle, right? If you want to stay in the circles, eventually you have to come out of the circles. But if we're working with the circle, we're working with 9 rims of lives in the planet of Earth. So there's 9 circles, 9 cycles, 9 rims, okay, that you go through in life and experiences and learning to develop, to grow, to evolve where you at, and to you evolve out of that where you at into something that is more into where you want to be, or where you grow, where your growth is at, and where you allowed yourself to grow out of this circle, and you see that it does not fit your energy, or you don't fit in anymore, then you either move on out of that circle and go into one that is fitted with your energy, or your work is in vain, whatever work you put in, you could not have gotten there if you didn't put the work in, see? So you have to know what is for you and what is not for you, and where you go, everyone is not able to fit in because that's not their circle, that they haven't evolved enough to fit into another circle. You must evolve out of the circle you're in before you can get in one that is different or better or more in development of where you're going, okay? So a lot to all the circles of life and the times of life and all those things, pyramids of life, whatever way you want to put yourself in that symbols, because symbols is a language within itself, which you have been deprived of knowing because you've been under the spell of language, which keeps you circle around in a certain circle and a certain energy that is no growth except for what it is made for and what it predicts to you in your life and what it says that you have to be calm, or it is for you, and that's nothing other. No, that's out. It's not so. You decide on what you want, and this day and this time that you're in. Then when in the past times you couldn't have done that because you didn't have the awakening upon your mental or on your conscious enough to know that now is a day that you can have whatever you want, as long as you be the one and make it happen. Put the energy in, energy comes back, okay? Energy go, energy receive, energy give. Give, receive, energy receive, energy give. Energy keeps giving and energy keeps receiving, okay? And it works in those terms. As I said, nothing in this planet feeds off of just its own energy, and everything has an energy that it feeds off of, and that's the truth, okay? So you have to know that, and know that all energies is giving and receiving one way or the other. You just got to know how much you're giving and how much you're receiving, and where's the balance at? Have you been, balanced out of balance, where you may have gave or received too much, or you even stole? You know what I'm saying? If you get to that point where you're stealing other people's energy to carry yours or to keep yours afloat, and that does not serve you, because it's going to always come back in an empty vessel or empty energy. Your energy won't last because it's not your energy, right? So I want to do the show and tell tonight, because I did one just last night, I think I did, and this one came up tonight. I kind of just want to just keep going with some of the show and tells and kind of bring things out for you and help you to see it, and then maybe you can research it on your own and do whatever you want to do with it from there. But before we go, I'm going to do some music, and I want to introduce myself. If you haven't met me at any time, I'm Queen Isis, here as I speak on the planet, another life that here I am as I am. And so we go through these channels. We are in a time where things that has once were and have been is again, here we are. And along with the fact that anything's been covered in the past and left in the dark is going to come to the light. So all things will be revealed, regardless of whatever it has been that's been hiding or hidden somewhere in secret, okay? I'm getting warm, so I'm going to have to switch these fans around. I do carry the energy of Lord Shiva as well, okay? And yet I am the cosmos bitch here on this planet, and that's the truth. I am the bitch for the cosmos. I represent them here on this planet. And yet I do represent them up there as well, and I am the bitch. I'm the bitch up there. However, they are my family. They love me, and I love them. But yeah, they also love you, and they want you as well. If you want them and you can have them, they're your family, and you don't know it, but I know it, and they know it. Okay? So open up, let them come in. They are your ancestors. They're here to assist you in bringing you through these whirlwinds that you got to travel in order to come back through that belt that you went through sometime long ago. Now it's time to come back through it, because the time of a new way is here upon us, and the change is coming to an end of a way and then a beginning of a new way, okay? This is where we're at. All right, I love you guys so much. I want to turn this fan on a little bit more to me, because it's like, okay, it's kicking. All right, so that makes it feel, listen, I get a little bit, I'm going to turn this in here too. Okay, so I remember on the video yesterday that I did for you, it was an inspiration to kind of show you how the energy that you have, which is always what you are, and how to use it in the best of ways to yourself to make whatever it is that you want in your life to come in. Okay, it's like manifestation, and as I said, it is the law of attraction runs the universe in this where we at here. This whole universe is ran by the law of attraction, and it's like it's an operation that's always operating, whether you know it or not. Okay, because it hangs in the balance. So it operates in your life, my life, everybody's life, whether they know it's operating or not. So it depends on where you send your energy out to is what you'll receive, because the law of attraction is working, as well as the law of resistance and so many other laws that is in that same operation there. So you got to go look for those and know they are in operation. Okay, law of attraction, law of resistance, law of assumption. So many is working in your life without you even recognizing it. So it's always be careful on what you say, how you react to certain things, certain ways, whatever. Be careful. All right. So, and that saying, the music that I played for you yesterday was to kind of give you an open mind to see how everything is energy. That is included, money is an energy, and you must know how to work with that energy as you do with anything else, because what you're doing is you need to have a relationship with that money or that life that you want in your life. You got to find a way to have a relationship with it before you even have the relationship. But you're spinning your wheels to know how you want to develop a relationship with something of another energy out that side yours that you can bring in to work with you. Okay, and that's, you can do that with any relationship, with your plants, with your gardens, whatever. And that also is with money. So there's one here that I want to add from yesterday that kind of opens up another way for you to see it and feel it and know it. Okay? I've got from my Dr. Rod Hayes there, the chief on the land. He is not a chief as he say, and he do not put himself in that category because he honored that one that he has over him, which is, shout out to Larry Hoover, as the chief that he honors. And I am very, excuse me, kind of unfamiliar with all the different things and energy that it is carrying on or carrying into, being brought into, and land and the life of that you had once had and totally don't remember and forgot all about it is seizing back into the land, and it's starting to bring the real people back as once upon the, the continent here, okay? And then things happen and so forth and so on, as I said to you in the past, how much of things that happen is unfamiliar to your conscious at this time, unless you have begun to take on that energy to go out and research and see what is it that you are hearing, yet is unfamiliar to your ears, and yet you want to know what is it saying, okay? Because it has a sound when it comes out and it comes forth, and you're supposed to hear the sound, feel the feeling of it, and you know that for the knowing of it, okay? That's how you get there. Other than that, there is no way other, because you're not making a climb, okay? And you're choosing to make that climb, not no other way you can go unless you choose to go. Sometimes you drug, but you don't know you drug, okay? All right. Sometimes they have to do that in order to get you on your feet. So get up and get on your feet. And let's do it like this, okay? So let's find something that we can take into that energy. And good workout one, huh? I enjoyed that one. That was great. Yeah, so that's how life is going. It's like you slow down and then you speed up again, you know? And then that depends on if you're in traffic or not, you know? And what kind of highway or road that you're traveling on, you know? Or is it 4 lane, 2 lane? How many lanes? How many dividers? Life goes a lot like the roads. And we can map it out and choose the road map and the roadway, or which one that give you the destination to the way that you want to get to, and what amount of time that you're looking to get there and your destination. Okay? And how much are you willing to ride and glide right on in there as time keeps this, moves you in as you float? Or are you willing to not quite sure how you map out your road and your directions, and you think you got it pretty down to the nitty, the crew or whatever, and you didn't really do your homework as you should have, because you didn't put enough time in and figuring out the whole shebangans and how that trip will, you know, benefit, and where you're gonna, what road obstacles and you name it, you're gonna run into, and how you're gonna maneuver around it, you name it. And that's how life goes, right? And it's pretty much like that. So take consideration.
DJ Hustlenomics.
show and tell here, okay? That I want to bring in for you guys and see what we can get, you know, and time-wise on that. Because, I see things, I read things, and I feel things. So I'm pretty energy sensitive, right? I have to get me some tissue paper for my nose. Yeah, so, and when I get information, sometimes it's not easy for somebody that's like energy sensitive like I am, okay, and pretty high vibration, and my energy is like up there all the time. When it's not up there, it's something really drastic would have had to take place, but it is for me to see it and work with it and take it and use it to whatever it is that I need to bring it into the right energy of it, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to know how to work it. You got to know how to move it. You got to know how to make something beautiful out of energy, and that means in all energy, regardless of what it is. Never mind what energy, because it all is. So you can decide on what energy you want to work with, and then you work with it. But each energy has its own vibrations. Just know that. And when you're vibrating at that level, you and that energy can work with each other. You can move and shape and bend and do all kinds of magical, magicianous way of life, of energy, but it is more in real than it is in fiction. All right? True. Okay, so, and so when I'm like that, it's easier sometimes for me to give you the person who's saying the words, and then it's their energy that's coming from them, and you feel that. And if I need to open it up more than I do, okay, I will. All right, okay, so let's see what we can come up here with. Yeah. What we got on the show and tell. Oh, wait, let me see. Okay, so this video here is, I don't know if I'm gonna play all of them. I'm just may play some of this one, some of another one. I don't know, okay? But this one here, it has a good message in it. And when it is talking, it says you must die to live again. Now I said that on one of my videos. I kind of gave you that information, right? Because it is so true. But we're not always talking about the dying of the death, that you see it as death, but it's not death, even though you see it as death. That's still not death. But you don't have to go that death way, because there's all different ways that we die. As your Bible or somebody's Bible said, we die daily, and you do. Well, you die daily in, and how? How is it that you do die daily? You mean you're deteriorizing? That could be true. Being that you was under the conjure spells, but it could be in other aspects of dying as well. So it is, but you gotta know that dying is living, and living is dying. Okay? All right. So let's hear what this one has to say.
Within the realm of great heroes like Ulysses, Frodo Baggins, Luke Skywalker, and Harry Potter lies an equally heroic figure, you. Each of us embarks on an internal journey, following the same stages, facing similar obstacles, and undergoing a profound transformation of the psyche and spirit. This universal journey is known as the hero's journey or monomyth, as described by Joseph Campbell in his work, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Imagine this. There is a hero's journey, a cyclical adventure that begins and ends in the ordinary world. Along the way, the hero embarks on a quest through a mysterious and extraordinary realm. The hero's journey is essentially a pattern, a series of crucial events. First, the hero is called to adventure. They receive a mysterious message, an invitation, or a challenge. Next, they often receive assistance from someone older and wiser. With newfound guidance, the hero crosses the threshold of their safe home and enters the special world of adventure. Here.
Now, that hero right there, for him to have went so easily and made it to that distance or that place, he would have had to already been through several different journeys in order to get him to that hero journey, okay? He would have to have done a lot of little small journeys and get to a hero journey, because a hero journey takes a lot more energy put in and moved around and so forth and so on, okay? You can't, it's not that those kind of journeys there, it's like, you got to be strong to get that one.
Face numerous trials and overcome obstacles, which shape their character and help them grow. Eventually, the hero encounters their greatest test, their darkest hour. It is a moment of crisis where they face death or undergo a symbolic death, only to be reborn. As a result, the hero claims some form of treasure. The nature of this treasure varies across different stories.
Yeah,
However,
the reborn, you will be reborn, but you be reborn in different times, in different ways. If you left in the depth of the body and you went that way, you still have a reborn, okay? You still have a rebirth. It's not over. It's not the end of your cycle or your energy, because your energy does not stay with the body once the body decides it's done. Okay, when the body says it's done, it's done. It's like your car, and you want to just leave the where it's at, go call a tow truck or something. But however you got to do it, when it's done, it's done. It has a timer on it, and in a lot of senses it does, and it always had up until now. Now, the timing has changed. Like it went to a 0 point, and now it's going back into the 1, okay? Because you can't go any further. All numbers past that is an illusion, okay? They are not as they just are, okay? All right. So that's the rebirth that he was speaking about, and then we'll see the rest of the saying.
Journey doesn't end there. The hero may face a backlash from defeated monsters, or be pursued as they make their escape from the special world. Ultimately, they return to their ordinary world, forever changed by their journey. Their newfound wisdom and experiences lead to a resolution, where the tangled threads of the plot are unraveled. Nothing remains the same once one has become a hero. In the face of our individual challenges, we embody the essence of heroes, undertaking personal journeys of growth, transformation, and triumph, where our own metaphorical dragons await to be faced and conquered. Consequently, within the depths of our being lies a profound truth. All visible structures and beings in the world are manifestations of a pervasive power from which they arise, are sustained, and eventually dissolve. This inherent power lies dormant within us, embarks on the transformative journey. Therefore, the hero's path is an inward exploration that unveils the eternal realm of the inner self, the concealed domain of the unconscious that leads to the metaphysical realm. To access this realm, the hero must overcome resistance and rediscover long-lost powers. The hero's transformation occurs within, and upon returning, they share the lessons learned from their renewed life.
That's it. And the hero's journey is different for everyone. Okay, your journey is different than another person's journey, unless you were meant to journey and on the same path, and so on and so on. I don't know. I have never totally experienced that, except that I know that it does happen with your twin flame. But even that could be different than others, and each one of those that are different, okay? Because everyone has their own journey individually, and if you're with a twin or a soul mate that isn't in your life, or karmic mate, or whatever they are, they're on the journey with you, and they are in the same vibrations that you are in, until somebody changes their vibrations in a direction opposite of the other, feeling that all that is that has been put into this case of a relationship or whatever it is, because I don't see anything else as some people say they're situationships, but I call them relationships. I don't care what they are. You can be in a relationship with your plant and still have a relationship with it, because 2 and 2, whatever you want to see it as, okay? I see it as that, and that's all I see it as. Now in the 2 and 2, which, remember, there is no 2, there is no 3, there is no 4, there's nothing but 1. And then that 1 is from the 0. The 1 is of that 0, and the 0 just opens and comes to its 1 of itself, okay? But then once it becomes 1, there is still 2 inside of that 1. But you can take that 2 out of the 1, it's still not 2, it's still 1, okay? And just know that. Okay? So, my expectancy in seeing relationship, that's everything is 2 and 2, and that's it. And you add those 2 and 2 and another 2 together, and you get whatever. But it's still 1, because nothing comes out of anything. There's no other numbers. They're all 1, because the 1 makes it all, okay? Or the 0, okay? But when you get to the end of the 9, you got to go back to the 1 and the 0 again, okay? All right. So, that's, like I say, and as he was saying, I don't know, I forgot that one with the relationships. But as I'm saying, relationships is 2, and you're different either way sometime, until you merge back into the 1, and then you're no more different. You're entwined. You can make music, you can dance, you can sing, you can just glide with each other in the harmony of the energy, okay? Yes.
Campbell divides this life cycle, which we all experience, into 3 main phases. The first phase is the departure or separation, where we leave behind our ordinary lives and venture into the depths of our own selves. The second phase is the initiation, where we confront tests and obstacles presented by unknown forces. Lastly, we have the return, the phase in which we come back from our transformative journey and share our power, knowledge, and skills with others. The thread of the hero's path begins with the call to adventure, beckoning the hero to leave behind the ordinary world. It is a moment of decision, where one must either retreat to the familiar or step forward into the unknown. Examples include Luke Skywalker witnessing his home burned, Harry Potter receiving a letter to the magical world, or Frodo Baggins discovering the true nature of the ring he possessed. We all face such moments in life when unexpected events compel us to transcend our family and familiar boundaries, leaving behind outdated concepts and ideals. The hero's initial encounter on the journey is often with a protective figure, like a hermit, magician, or wise sage. This guide provides the hero with amulets of protection against the challenges and adversaries that lie ahead. The supernatural helper symbolizes the support.
So he gets into a very deep affirmations of knowing what it is, what you kind of, explanations on how you take this journey, okay, and what the journey pertains to, and how you kind of end up on the journey. You just know you just end up there. You was going along your way, and all of a sudden something come up. You're on the highway, right? And you just cruising, living whatever way you're gone, and just having yourself your time of whatever you had on that highway, and then something comes along and throws you out of way, out of your zone. And lucky you lived. Depends on how hard of an impact you needed to wake up with, okay? But you came through, and now you've taken a journey different than what you were. Whether you got to go through all the spooky, crazy stuff to get there, it is your journey, and it starts right there. However that sound came to wake you up, or you heard it, or you seen it, or whatever. And it happens, okay? It happens to all of us. And then the decisions of your choice come. They're your choice. You got to consider all those choices you made in the past, because you did. You made a lot of them, and now this big major choice. Remember I said this is the choice of the life that all those tiny choices would have added up to. That one choice that you have, or that will, and choosing the soul of who you are versus all things, all other, or whatever, okay? So, let's see. I'm going to go into this one here and play some of this.
But everybody is not meant to be vegan, and everybody is not meant to be carnivorous, eat meat. You have to know your body in order to know if it's functional for you to quit meat, or some people quit all of the meat byproducts. But you have to be self-aware to know where you fit in. The fatigue factor is a heavy side effect of the UV rays.
Okay,
It's a lot of UV rays.
right here, he's asking some questions of different ones that is called in or on his chat, I think, and he's just asking the questions, right? So I'm allowing some of this video to play for you, so that you can hear some of the questions that you may have had, some for yourself that you didn't really need an answer. And once I'm gonna play some of it, and then I'm gonna post each video. I'll post it in the video, okay, once I'm finished.
In the earth, and also the grid of the earth is changing, and when these two things are happening like they are simultaneously, it also causes the individual's genetic makeup to begin to change. And the only way you repair yourself is in your stasis, which we call sleep state. mud floods is exactly that. What happened is they would blow up sides of the mountain after they dam up a dam. When you had an avalanche, you let the water from the dam burst free, and when the water and the avalanche mix, it causes a massive mudslide. And they've been doing that. They did that to a lot of our cities. That's why a lot of the cities not on the map no more, because they covered them in mud, or they just flat out dammed them up and buried them in the lake, right? And this is all documented, so it can be looked up. It's not hard to find. They just call them, they just say the mud floods just happened. If you believe that, then I got some swampland in Florida I could sell you for a good price. So, yeah. This science, the African, what they call root science, it's the same science that we had over here with different names for the Orishas. The Orishas names over here was what we call Mesoamerican names, right? But it's the same science. It's the earth defensive magical science for balancing out the earth. So when you study in the 7 African powers, them same powers is found in Mesoamerica in hieroglyphs and throughout Mexico going down into South America. Some of the other gods in Egypt can also be found in Mesoamerica. So you're not doing nothing wrong. That's one of the reasons Garvey told us to form a confraternity with Africa, because we had to relearn those ancient rituals to help us break the conjugal.
Okay, I apologize for that. I wasn't planning on turning it on immediately. It just my finger hit it, and my phone is sensitive. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna stop this for here because the video I wanted is not here. I thought I had put it in there already and I didn't. So what I'm going to do, this next show and tell that I do on the next video, whenever that is, I'm going to line up the ones I want to play in a row. So I'm going to play a little bit and you get whatever, and then you go find the video and finish watching, okay? But I don't have the other one on this right now, and so, let's see. Okay, I'm going to play just a little bit of this one because it's talking about the Lion's Gate, okay? And we are in the Lion's Gate. But the way he's going to bring it out is not astrology-wise for you. He's going to say it in a different way, I'm sure, okay? So let's hear what he's got to say here.
Right. And so coming to the Lion's Gate, we talking about 8-8. So we talking about the seated queen. 8-8 is seated queen. 80 is an open queen seat. 880 is an open empress seat. 888 is the empress seated. So when we're looking at the events that's taking place and the timing of events that's occurring converging, we are at the close of the Piscean age, the opening of the Aquarian age. We in the Jubilee year 2022, which canceled all contracts. Then also, this is the third year in what we call the redemption process of the organic people from the land to reclaim their birthright and restore the land. Now, we've seen the Pope make a Canadian visit, and he had to be publicly put on notice to his face that his rule is over with, because we will operate from a higher standard of law, and no longer can the daughters of the land be compelled to operate under the foreign jurisdiction, because the superior law has been activated, and she put him on notice that the matriarchs across the land have stationed the chiefs. They already put the chiefs on notice to cleanse the land. And what that means is that it is our job to reestablish government, which takes us to Noble Drew Ali immediately. Because one of the things that he said is that he would leave these people.
Okay, so this one here, he actually talking 2022, but Jubilee year is 2023. Yet at the same time, he's still speaking of how and what the last gates is bringing in and taking out. That happens in your life. It happens in the world around. The whole universe has a part in that. But the other things he's talking about is going to go a lot probably over most people's head if you haven't dealt with any of the messages that he has been putting out, or that I have put out, or whatever, okay? Because he's going on the roll now. However, I'm going to stick that video on my post here once I stop here. And then you want to hear it, you can pick it up off of there, okay? Yet, I do suggest, and if you're interested in any whatever I'm saying and whatever he's saying or whatever you've heard that has caught your attention, even if it didn't get your attention, my suggestion is to move out of the mindset that you have been in for who knows and for however long and been or whatever, and begin to give it a little more room to expand, okay? Expand, because that's what you are meant to do. You're not meant to not expand your conscious. That means you need to expand how you think, expand how you view, expand how you know things, and whether you do know that you 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 know, or whether you don't really know that you know that you know. As I said in the past before, if you don't have one or two things to bag up something, what are you dealing with? And as I spoke on the book that we have, that we call the Bible, it's only a book, but you need other books to back up the book that you are reading from. Where is the book that's going to back that up? Where is the other book? Because there's one or two or three. So what's missing in the verifications of what has been presented as a book of rules and regulations and dumb, whatever. And I have nothing totally, I got a lot bad to say about it, but I also have a lot of good to say about it. Why? Because that's how the book is made up with. It's made up with bad and good and ugly and you name it. But you must figure it out. Feel the way out, because if you stay in it, it's only just going to continue to keep you in a confused state of being. Bad, good, ugly, whatever is in there. Like I say, it's true. All things is truth. And that is the truth. Everything is truth. How much of it and where does it lie? That's what you need to find out. Where does that particular truth lie at? Where does it lie at with it? Because it is, but it's still truth. And that's where we know dividing lines at. And where is we divided, and how and why are we divided? Should there be a dividing line? Can source be divided? No. But you can give me a cup. I can have a cup. You still got the same soup. There's no division there. Because you got what I got and we both drinking from the same soup. What divided us was the stupid cups, I suppose. Or we just reached in and got us some whatever we have or source and took it for ourselves and went on by our business. Still the same soup. But unconsciously, by the delusions that you have been put under, you have believed in separations of certain things of what I see and what I believe, what I feel. All of this that brings us into a lose lies of lies. Lose lies of lies, okay? And now what it is, that's what it's, that it made to be. And there you are, spelling and lying and spelling at the same tokens of bushes of coins. So, there's a lot to all that is being said and all that's being put out. So I am going to stop this video. And as I said before, next time I come in the show and tell, I will put videos on stack. And then also, I put them in my whatever, end the video. I also post them on YouTube. So if you find some posters, I post them or something. You will see my title up there, my logo. Okay, I love you guys so much. Alright, and let's stop this video and don't forget to give me my energy back as give and receive. I appreciate that very much. And have a wonderful day, time, night time, or whatever you got going.